well then. Back in. And it feels very clear that I do not have an awful lot of direction. Because clearly we need to get the fuel for this thing for it to work. And the only thing that comes to mind initially is to go into the ocean. I do not want to swim down, but I do want to see if we could, in some way, shape or form, maybe fill up a water skin with fuel. Because even if we could just get it working once, it would confirm to me what we need to do. That thing has very pretty colours. Right, hop on. So I wasn't trying to push you underwater there, but okay. He might not be able to hop on. I've seen him hop on before. Maybe he needs to be... There you go. There you go. Come here, you. Oh, we got a travel companion. I'm going out to where the big bird is in the hope that there isn't a predator over there. For some reason I just didn't expect to see one of those fish out here. I'm kind of glad that I can see both the, what look like jellyfish down there, and the fish, because it means that I can see far enough into the water, because I wasn't sure if I was just seeing like a surface level blue. And when I jump in here there's going to be like a megalodon immediately in my face. Oh, there's the megalodon. That thing is right next to the big toothy boy that we don't want to interact with. There's definitely something down there. Thankfully it's also quite close to our home. We're gonna need like a ton of pipes for this. And if so, am I just gonna end up spewing a bunch of fuel onto the floor of my base? That scared the daylights out of me. Hello. Ugh. Hi, I would feed you if I had the food. Sadly, I do not. I saw it approaching as well, I just wasn't prepared for it to be directly behind me. Very polite though. The shark is distant, but not distant enough for me to feel comfortable. Also, that's quite far down. And I don't have any points in oxygen. See what we could do with is flippers. I don't have the ability to fabricate without fuel. So there must be a way to get fuel. What's that? It's a rock. There must be a way to get fuel without having to need flippers. Well, that didn't work. I'm very cautious about swimming directly down, but I feel like swimming directly down is the approach here. I may want to offload as much of my inventory as I can. I just want to make sure I've got Barney selected. My cools. Okay, the shark did swim closer. Yeah, no thank you. How much is a harpoon? Or one of those spear turrets. If I need a fabricator for that, we're going to be in confusing position, honestly. Maybe it's better for me to try and tame the Ichthyi, get a saddle for the Ichthyi, and then use that to go down. I'll just go along here first. There's one over there as well. Hopefully this one doesn't have any big sharks near it. I'm thinking we're going to need like a pipe system, but surely the pipe system would just push out water. Maybe that's what the tanks are for. Apparently the fish like hanging around near the fuel. Okay. Nope. What am I looking at? Is that a whale? No. No, it is not. It's like a full-on mosasaur. Right, the ocean is scary. It's either a mosasaur or a chronosaur. Or, you know, one of the things in that family. The sea lizards. Or reptiles. One of those manta rays. Just keep an eye on that thing, make sure it doesn't aggress. I'm also getting increasingly concerned on the idea that one of these creatures might have an ability which allows them to knock me off the boat. Or destroy the boat completely. Right, there are about 4 of them down here. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm just looking at my oxygen. The fact that it's taking that long. It's also a situation of it really doesn't take them long to cover a lot of distance either. So if one starts heading toward me, I'm basically just watching death come toward me. And there won't be a lot I can do about it. Maybe if we throw a saddle up on Barney, we'd be able to get to them. Not mine, it's just fallen. Just slowly drifting away. It's back to business, per usual. Ah, he's got my things on him as well. Right, as you were. So the first excursion in the hope of finding... How on earth are you not keep getting out of there? Did I leave a door open? Somehow these lot keep getting out, and I'm not certain as to how that's happening. For example. I suppose I could just let the pups roam around outside fully. I'm just worried that something would spawn in and hunt them. Because everything else has a bit more survivability chance other than those guys. They just have to run, effectively. The dinos would be alright, but the dinos need meat. What on earth am I looking at? Hello, Mark. Once again, I find myself looking for Amir, who seems to be a bit of a magician when it comes to hiding. I've also now lost sight of Tenebris. There's Tenebris. I guess maybe he just walked up and out. Doesn't look like it. Well, I've lost Amir. I don't know where he is. Unless he's just gone invisible again, or I walked straight past him. He may have been down by the water. You might have just... Don't you do it. There's one of those things that I would look to tame. Well, at some point, I just need to be ready for it. I thought it'd been a while since we'd seen that level 1 Dilophosaur that hangs around out here. I think I can afford to tear down pretty much just as it gets level with the ground. From this point on, just tear all these ones down. Oh, there we go. So this is a little bit more open. What I can do is make a couple of these though, before we go back up to that new place, which is a part of the reason I want to find Amir, because I was going to take Amir, Amarak and Tenebris, rather than the Parasaurs. They will be slower, but they're also a lot tankier. Well, they're about the same tankiness. They have 1000 HP, but they're, you know, they're high damage. I'm still none the wiser as to where Amir's gone to. What was that? Did you hear that? I heard that. It was a far more guttural noise. What I'm actually going to do is make a ton more spark powder. And what I'll do with the spark powder is just use it to fill up the torches that are out here as well. Maybe build a few more so we can light up the outside area. Because we're not going to be able to get the lighting posts and stuff up for any real length of time yet. So many torches. We will need more after all that. Still no sign of a stompy spiky boy. Well, there's one stompy spiky boy. When day comes, I'll just fly around to see if I can't spot him. I'm wondering if Amir ended up out in the water and used one of these whistles where you point it at someone and didn't realise maybe I called him out into the water. He's just out bobbing around. There's a Stegosaurus, so I'm guessing it's a male. Yeah, maybe it just slipped out the wall somehow. Or not somehow, there's literally a wall missing as far as I can see. Oh, I just left the door open. Oh no, there's just a huge gap in the wall. Right, not big enough for a Spinosaur, but apparently my one is particularly adventurous, given that he's now trying to climb a rock out in the ocean. Yep, that's a male. I mean, I did say they could wander, and he took the full advantage of it, which is fair enough. Let's just see if he can't get back in the way he got out. Maybe he's just big enough to climb the rocks. Maybe he can just step over the wall from this side. Because it might be that he stepped on that upper ledge. He might have stepped on this ledge. And he just went over there. Yeah, kind of like that. Just a little less derpy. Don't tell me you've now gotten yourself stuck there. Oh, ARK, why are you like this? Right, while we're here, you can also test how he could have gotten out. Lovely. Right, now that we've finished battling the game for being arse, we can let Amir go back to wandering around. No, I think there should be more than enough torches dotted around. And now I have a reason to make 10,000 spark powder. A 100 stimulants. The stimulating carrots. A stack of meat, a couple paraswags, stimulating meat egg, stimulating meg. Oh, that sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? Oh well. Stimulag. Stimumeg? No, that still doesn't sound right. There you go. Stimumeg. It gives us 48 food, 13.5 stamina and 38.5 health. Not the worst thing I've made. Right, stimulants don't actually work as food. So just a straight up stack of meat isn't the worst thing to go with. Also, level 90. So at level 90, what do we get? Anything as a milestone? Pheromone dart. A dart full of refined ammonite chemicals. Inject on a target to enrage nearby wild creatures, so I can shoot a guy from a distance and let everything else fight it. Not really amazing for me. This seems lovely and all, but I don't know how to actually get the paint itself. We also have this grappling hook attachment which we've had forever, and unless we need a fabricator to make it, I probably should have made it by now. A narcotic smoke to knock out anything in the area. We need a fabricator to get it, but it could be very nice. Right, just filled out a bunch of stuff. I thought you were an egg. None of these guys actually do any fighting. I think that might have been in one of the notes we got that said they do not like to fight. Oh, I won't know whose is whose and what links to who.
Always try to maintain a strict neutrality when it comes to tribal matters.
Oh, what have I done? Oh, there's 2 gamma values right here. So what I'll do is I'll put one to 2.3 and I'll leave the other at 3.0. The fact that the setting it's here, nope, just leave it. I was going to say the fact that the settings here surely indicates something, but whatever. You move. How do you prevent a recording from talking?
I would trust few tribes to be able to make good on such promises, but Mr.
Moschop Cebu mutante survives by being extremely flexible in its eating habits and completely averse to fighting. Just don't expect Moschop to protect you though. Even after taming, it will quickly flee when enemies are nearby.
So you're well rounded with organic polymers, mushrooms and flowers. Oops. And that's Dave. If they're gonna run away and not fight, we may as well lean into it. Right, you can do harvest sap, or you can do the sap and the leech blood maybe. And you can do the prime meat and fish. So no matter what I do, these 3 will run away from any threat, which is fine as long as I have them actually set to run away from a fight. The Chomp Squad. Right. You're on the harvest prime meat, so you're going to have your harvesting. You don't need to be gathering that stuff. You can have your general weight increase on it. Yeah, as you will. Right, so between these guys and Barney, we should have plenty of just general resources being gathered. Bill may have just murdered a dodo for unknown reasons. Why are you not running? Oh, sorry. That was me clicking to view his levels. Sorry about that, my boy. Just mildly concerned about them. They started sprinting. There's probably like a dilo up there or something. The thing is, if we tell Barney to stay up there with them, he's just gonna do donuts in the water. I think it kind of does make sense to let the bonk boys hang around with them. And then we'll call it chomps and bonks. And from there they should just wander, right? Yeah, they'll do their own thing. We'll just leave them to it. Yeah, so that's the difference between 2.3 and 3.0. So now I could just have that set, so during the night, I don't like that though. It gets a bit too feeling like it's cheaty. I'd rather just set it so that the default settings are a bit better. So we'll go like 2.3 and 2.6. So that way when it's just If we're standing somewhere like here and it's abysmally dark, then I can up the lighting a bit. When I'm just sort of building and gathering resources and not doing anything interesting in a non-new place, but other than that, it would just be 2.3. Because the shadows get really dark sometimes. But when you do this, and then it comes a bright day, it's almost blinding. It's a little bit quieter in here now. Almost disappointingly. So I think it is time to release the dinos. My lovely dino family. I don't think you two need to be up in my face anymore. That's from when they were babies. We will need to make sure that they have meat spread in all of these boxes though. Enjoy. And I will go and grab all of the meat I can and just spread it out between the chests. After I've dumped off some of the stuff from my inventory. All of the meats. And that one's going to be a bit more of a tentative situation, keeping an eye on the meat storage. But stray dodos do spawn in here, so they might be able to feed themselves. Yeah, like this. That's where having that setting, the 2.6 might be useful. Where it's like, it's still daylight, but that's what 2.3 looks like. And there's fully daylight out here. But we just cannot see while standing in the shadow. Our eyes do not adjust to the dark. How you doing, Amir? Almost 300% movement speed on Amir as well. Thank you for your time. I have been a little aberrant. May your days be joyful, and your nights peaceful. Take care.